Back in 2015, a little game called 13 Sentinels Aegis 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim was announced. Developed by Vanillaware, the same people that brought you Dragon's Crown, Muramas the Demon Blade, and fucking Odin Sphere. People know about those, right? It was a mech game. It had like all these characters going around. The art was beautiful as always. I mean, if it's Vanillaware, you know it's gonna have great art. I knew nothing about what this game was gonna be like. You know, we didn't see any gameplay. Very limited story was shown. And overall, we just didn't know that much about the game. Now, I wasn't following this game's development super closely like I was with, you know, a couple other games. But man, I had been waiting for this game for 5 years. Since it was announced, I really wanted to play it. And it finally released last year in 2020. And it turned out to be a banger, an absolute masterpiece. This game, holy shit. This game's story is the craziest shit I've ever seen. It pulls from literally everything. It's got elements of like Evangelion and Steins Gate and fucking Metal Gear and so many others. This game goes so many places. So the basic setup, there's 13 protagonists. You are following 13 different main characters throughout the story of the game. And when you start, you don't really know what's going on, and this is a pretty long game, so there's a lot of spoilers, and I'm gonna have to dance around that here. But in the prologue, you meet a few characters, and you play a few missions in the gameplay segment, where you pilot your mechs and fight kaiju. And that is the majority of what I can say for the non-spoiler bits. Yeah, there's plenty of videos telling you why you should play this game, and probably some pretty good spoiler-free reviews out there, but I'm not here to do that. I'm just here to gush about this game because I finished it recently and it took me a little longer than I thought it was, but I just want to talk about this game because I loved it so much. This game's story is fucking complicated as fuck, dude. Like, I took notes on this shit. I have 3 pages of just pure notes trying to decipher this shit. So basically, when the game starts, you're in the 1980s and you're like, yo bro, let's heat up the video store, get some VHS tapes, yo. And then this dude called Keitaro Miura shows up looking like he's from the 1940s, but he actually is from the 1940s, and your main character was actually from like the 2060s or something, but he got his memories erased because he's actually like the child version of this mass murderer who does shit in the future past, and like he did a lot of shit, and they talk about him a lot. As you go even further, you realize that all these decades, the 40s, the 80s, the 20s, they're not even real. You're on a big ass space colony with all these individual sectors, which are like these little mini colonies that are closed space. You can literally go further enough and reach the end. Shit's crazy, dude. Turns out the whole thing was like in the year 2188 or some shit, because all these people, these 13 protagonists, they're all clones of people that came before them that were on this space colony that were like, ah shit, humanity's fucked. We gotta restart the clock. We gotta make some clones and put them into this simulation, put them into these tubes like the Matrix, so they grow up, so they have all their proteins and shit. And they grow up in the simulation, and then they can go out into this new planet that isn't Earth, because Earth got fucked, so they could build a new future. But you don't know any of this. You don't know shit when you start, and the way they reveal all this shit, the way the story is told, the way all the different protagonist stories intersect, it's all so masterfully done. I've never seen a game do this. I've never once seen this in any game. And somehow, it's perfect. Somehow, this idea, this galaxy-brained idea, was done perfectly. They absolutely stuck the landing. The writers of this game should get a fucking award. This game was nominated for Best Story or like Best Scenario or whatever for the Game Awards, and it really should have won. Last of Us 2, fuck that shit. Looking back on it, there were so many great moments, so many great arcs even. The timeline's fucking crazy. I can't lay out all this shit for you. Probably someone can. I really hope that someone does a video where they're like, okay, here is everything that happens in the game in chronological order. That would be like a 3-hour video, maybe even more, but god damn it, someone needs to do it. Granted, you can go back and play the entire story again in chronological order. This game's just so unique, dude. It's even extremely unique in the gameplay, because when I first saw screenshots of the gameplay, I thought it was going to be a fairly standard strategy RPG. But no, holy shit. This thing doesn't go on any grid system. This thing... So there are two types of mechs. There's ground mechs and there's flying mechs. The flying mechs can go anywhere. The ground mechs can only go where the road is. They have these like hyperdimension Neptunia style attacks where your attack is in a range and like you can see how many enemies you can attack at once by fitting them in the range. It's some really cool stuff. But it's also a tower defense game because you're trying to defend, you know, the point in the middle, which honestly isn't all that important on normal, and I didn't even touch easy. What am I, a little baby boy? In terms of difficulty of the game, I played most of it on hard, but there was a few missions that I was like, okay, I just kind of want to get this done. So I went and switched it to normal, and I got through a lot of missions on normal, but I did do the last mission on hard. I made sure to do that because I just felt like if I don't do this last mission on hard, I am not gonna feel what the characters are feeling right here. I needed to play the last mission on hard in order to get the maximum enjoyment, the maximum story experience from the final mission. The ending was super cool as well. I really liked seeing the older versions of Jiro Kurabe and Megumi Yakushiji, but I did want to see all the adult versions of all the other characters. Hopefully some artist will draw that at some point. I really hope someone does. Yeah, but then, you know, they all get out of their little pods and they have their little colony on the new planet, and everything's all nice, and they go back into the simulation and they talk to all their high school friends, which are the random people who were in the simulation. Their whole existence is just data. But man, just a masterpiece. I do legitimately believe that this game is a masterpiece of writing, of gameplay, of timing, of everything it does. Music, oh my god, the music. So yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, in my mind, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is Game of the Year for 2020. It was probably one of the best things that happened in 2020. No other game I played that year stood a chance. A game like this doesn't come along often. A game like this is very special, and I think more people should play it. So, if it seems interesting to you, I would highly, highly recommend picking it up.
God damn it. This is the most beautiful shit I ever heard.
What the hell's your problem?
What?
Yo, I didn't record an end slate for this video, so I'm gonna do it now. I don't have much to say. All I have to say is, thank you for watching this video, and I want to give a sincere thank you to everyone who's subscribed to this channel, because we just hit 51 subscribers, and 101 subscribers on the Protagonist Again channel. And I know that's not a lot, but that's the most subscribers I've ever had on YouTube, and I've been making videos for a very long time. I just kind of always made them for fun, and it's just a side hobby that I like a lot, and currently I feel like I'm kind of getting back into it, especially with my new channel that I've started called basedboys.net. If you want to check that out, I'll have a link in the description for that. Gonna be uploading on that soon. That's just gonna be random gameplay stuff. But yeah, thank you. thank you to everyone who is subscribed and who does actually watch what I make. That's pretty unreal, because I know a lot of people I know in real life watch my stuff, but the idea that people that I don't know would actually watch the videos I make, is really weird. Not really something that's I've ever really had a concept of, because I've never really had this many subscribers. So yeah, I know it's kind of, it's a played out thing. Every YouTuber does this and whatever, but yeah, it's cool. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I know the uploads have definitely been slow on this channel, and they probably will continue to be. But yeah, we'll just see what the future holds, and I'll just keep making stuff as long as I find it fun. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm out.